This project took us 4 videos. I have never worked on one project so long. But I think if I had tried to squeeze all of this into one video, I would have probably left out a lot of details. And I even redid some stuff, like the outside couch. Originally, we made a no-sew version, but after making the oversized chair for the living room, I was like, this is so much cuter. So I made 2. And this one stays on the back porch. This house is really quite large, and the size makes it difficult to film on my crafting table. And that is largely because of all of the extended areas, like the little porches. There's one on this side, that side, and over there. On the far left-hand side, we have the entrance to the Mystery Shack, or rather, the museum portion. Hey, the door won't open. Hello? Is anybody in there? Yeah, this is a false door. I often use false doors so that I can have more usable space on the inside, because I wouldn't want to block a working door. On this side, we also included the Mr. Mystery podium, this little lamp here with an arrow, a little $20 sign, our next tour in 15 minutes sign, just kind of sits right there, a false door to the storm cellar, and our beautiful stained glass windows. I have been wanting to make stained glass windows ever since we made the doll fairy wings. Only this time we tinted glue rather than use nail polish, and I think it just came out a little better. We did the same thing to our attic window in the top so that it had this little yellow glow. Aren't you forgetting something? Ah, that's right! The totem pole. Since it's not attached, I always forget to include it. And you would think that I wouldn't forget it given the amount of time it took to paint this thing. I first made it using Google Images, but then there was just so many different options. So I went to the TV show, and after tons of footage, I found a good picture. So yeah, me and that totem pole. On the top of the Mystery Shack, like the roof, we have the speaker, a couple of lights, a sign where the S has fallen off. There is a faux crack in the roof with a couple of boards. Lots of moss and some signs. The signs are so much fun because they help to break up a lot of space, and they're very, very simple to make. In the center of our Mystery Shack dollhouse, we have a room coming forward that is the gift shop. On the side of the door, there is a vending machine and a small cooler. And on the vending machine, we actually made a small area where you can actually place a can of cola. What do I feel like today? There's really only one option. All natural, sugarless, flavorless soda. Who knew? On the top of the gift shop, we have the question mark weather vane. When you stand at just the right angle, it spells what? And we can't forget about the trash can that we made in our trash can video. That goes right here on the side. On this side of the gift shop, we left the side open so we can play on the inside. We cut out a portion of the roof to allow more light in. This is a very small space, so we added just a few elements to get the feel of the gift shop. So we made the counter, a few signs, and some shelves. The skulls were a fun find. We found them at Target in the dollar section, and they're actually erasers. Then I just kind of painted over them with a little brown paint to tint them. We made the hats in our doll baseball cap video, and right underneath we have the mirror that Dipper looked in when he first received or picked out his blue hat. On the right-hand side of the house, we have a covered porch with the outside sofa. And the back of the house was left open so we can play on the inside. We have a little museum where Chewy is our resident Bigfoot, a small section of the living room, and I was so happy to find the dinosaur head. Originally, I planned on using a rock and I was just going to paint on the details. But I really like the way that this turned out. So the first floor is just the small museum and the living room. However, I don't know how often I'm actually going to use the museum portion, so we're thinking about renovating this section to have more usable house space. Plus, Froggy Boy kind of wants his Chewbacca back. Upstairs, we have the twins' bedroom. And this is probably my favorite part of the whole house. I just love doll rooms. And this room just has a lot of detail. The painting above Dipper's bed just came out so good. A lot of my crafting background actually started in painting, so I take every opportunity I can to paint. And painting in miniature? Yeah, you can't get more awesome than that. And I didn't use our little painting trick for this one like we did on the frog vlog. I freehanded the whole thing, so I was pretty proud of myself. Mabel's side was a lot easier. We just cut out some magazine pictures and attached them to the wall. The only thing that I am not crazy about is the little faux window that we put here, because the room is actually supposed to be set up this way. Like the bed is one bed's supposed to be on that wall and one bed is right here. So you have the little window in the middle. But for space purposes, we couldn't set it up that way. So I put a faux window to break up the space. But now it's just bothering me because we have two real windows in the room and they don't all kind of mesh well. So I'm just going to remove this one. Maybe I'll add some covered cardboard later for like some rafters or something. But overall, this was a pretty cool dollhouse to make. And we hope you have as much fun as we did making your own doll mystery shack. We want to give a shout out to Alex, Grace, and Rocky. What's